Welcome back. At least 5 wildfires are burning across Los Angeles. 5 people are dead. More than 130,000 residents are under evacuation orders. My next guest's Malibu home on Carbon Beach was one of the homes in danger. Take a look at this video on your screen of that neighborhood. Joining me now is Cardone Capital and Cardone Training Technology CEO and private equity fund manager, real estate investor as well, Grant Cardone. Grant, good to see you. Our support goes out to you. What can you tell us? Has there been severe damage to your home?
Yeah, there's been severe damage. We were one of the last homes standing. That's right there on Carbon Beach, is some of the most prestigious beaches in the country. And for years, Maria, the government, the local government and the state government, with the help of the oppression of the Coastal Commission, has disallowed and prevented, because of regulations, development along that coast. And this has been a tinderbox for years. I've lived there 35 years in that area. And for years, I've said this is a tinderbox. It's waiting to go off. The night before the fires broke out, I stated in a public audience here in Miami that if the fires jumped the road, literally the entire beach front would be burned up. There's hundreds of billions of dollars of damage across California that could have been prevented if California actually had its priorities correct. Newsom should resign himself, or the California people should evict him from office immediately.
Tell me, what specific policies did he put in place that you say could have prevented this?
Well, number one, their priorities are screwed up. This is a corrupted government that depends on the federal government under emergency situations. They make more money in emergencies than they do by just budgeting, just planning out their budget. So number one, they should deforest. Okay, they don't want to because they don't want to displace rodents. Number two, the water issue, the high pressure that they're going to defend and say we had plenty of water, we didn't have pressure. Well, if they didn't spend $12 billion on high-speed rails going to Vegas or basically nowhere, you would have that money to, one, bury electrical and provide pressure to all the hydrants. This is just, and it happens at our national level too. It's a mismanagement of priorities. The state of California for the last 25 years is more interested in freak fringe groups' agendas than they are the population of California. And at some point, the people of California, maybe this is going to be it, Maria, where the people of California finally have had enough and start voting conservative, common sense politicians or business people into government to manage their budgets and their decision making.
This is exactly what President Trump said yesterday. He's blasting Gavin Newsom for his handling of these apocalyptic wildfires. He wrote this on Truth Social. Newsom refused to sign the water restoration declaration put before him that would have allowed millions of gallons of water from excess rain and snow melt from the north to flow daily into many parts of California. He wanted to protect an essentially worthless fish called a smelt fish by giving it less water. It didn't work, but didn't care about the people of California. Newsom's press office is denying the existence of any water restoration declaration document, though. They're claiming that it's pure fiction. Fox Business
Maria,
has
they
confirmed.
cut the budget this year.
Go ahead.
They cut the budget this year. In July of 2024, Gavin Newsom had a news conference bragging about that they were ready. This is July this past year, that they were ready. And number two, they cut the budget. They cut the budget to the fire department. You can't tell me that Elon Musk is attempting to go to Mars and we can't get pressure and water to a hydrant. We have plentiful water. We're on the Pacific. There's endless amounts of water right there available. And they cut the budgets on the fire department. This is not a new problem, by the way. They're going to try to make this out to be a climate warming agenda. For 35 years, you have Santa Ana winds, low humidity, and fires in California, hundreds of them. This was just mismanagement, a lack of priorities, the government trying to handle fringe group and support these weird agendas rather than the things that really concern the California people.
Well, I mean, look, Fox Business has confirmed that Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass and the majority of the L.A. City Council did cut more than $17 million from the L.A. Fire Department in 2024 and the 25 budget. I mean, you just said it, Greg. Why would they cut the fire budget?
Look, they bring in $220 billion a year in revenue, and they spend less than $2 billion on the fire budget. So you tell me why. Okay, if that's not where my intentions or my agendas, my priority is not this. They will spend the entire revenue of the state of California will be spent on this one fire, but they're going to go tap the federal government. And all I could say is if I had a leader that was doing this in one of my companies, I would say he's either incompetent or he intentionally wants to hurt the state.
Unbelievable.
Either one are terrible. The incompetence is terrible. The intention to damage is terrible.
Yeah.
But this is why we left California as permanent residents over 13 years ago and moved to Florida, because the priorities are always incorrect. It's like the Coastal Commission stops any kind of development. Most oppressive group for regulation and development along the whole coastline from Cabo San Lucas all the way up to Seattle.
Yeah. Well, look, the LA fire chief warned the mayor apparently last month that the $17 million in cuts would severely limit the department's capacity to prepare for, train for, and respond to large-scale emergencies, including wildfires. Just extraordinary.